Okay, guys. Hi. Again, I have the social learning theory, which is the very last one you'll be doing. So I'm jumping the gun a little bit here. Sorry about that. But between work and the kid and everything else in between, I figured I better do it while I got a chance. And I was told not to make this as hard on myself. Um, so here's what I'm going to do. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read to you the notes that were on there. Says people learn from one another via observation, imitation, and modeling. Hurry up and do it and plug my phone up. People learn from observing others' behaviors, attitudes, and outcomes of those behaviors. Most human behavior is learned observationally through modeling. From observing others, one form an ideal on how new behaviors are performed, and on later occasions, this coded information serves as a guide for action. Bandura, I believe that's how you say his name. If it's not, I'm sorry. Social learning theory explains human behavior in terms of continuous reciprocal interaction between cognitive, behavioral, and environmental influences. We cannot learn everything we need to know from direct observation or personal experiences only. So we must learn from indirect sources like the media. We do this in a four-step process. Number 1 is attention, giving attention to the content. Number 2 is retention, remembering the content you saw. Number 3 is production, application of learned content resulting in reward or punishment. Number 4 is motivation, whether or not you will follow a particular path or not. This theory applies to information that is represented in symbolic form, and it requires active engagement for the learner. Okay, so those are just the notes on the social learning theory. You're going to read over 3 articles during this last chapter. I'm sorry if that's glaring from my glasses. The first one is Lessons Learned from the Fyre Festival's Mishandling of Influencers Marketing. Micro-influencers offer an opportunity.
Where's the baby oranges that you bought yesterday?
They're in the cabinet. Go get them. I'm sorry. I've restarted this several times because he's here. I'm sorry. He's to grab consumer attention in a seemingly more genuine way by Juliet Levy. That's going to be the first article you read. Second article you read is Examining the Beauty Industry's Use of Social Influencers, Kristen Forbes. Okay, so I'm going to read to you the abstract on that. With the rise of social media, the use of social influencers has become a popular tactic in brand marketing. Research today regarding the use of social influencers for branding has lacked specific insight regarding the beauty industry. This study identified characteristics of selected beauty social influencers to see how they are utilized in advertorials for brands on YouTube. The study used a content analysis of Maybelline-sponsored videos that 3 influencers produced and featured on their YouTube channels. Attributions theory and social learning theory were used for an analysis of influencers' impact on viewers. Okay, so that's going to be the second video you read. I said video. Sorry, I meant article. And it's going to be from a few years back, and it's going to, yeah, well, you'll see it when you read it. The third one you're going to do is the social learning theory and development psychology, the legacies of Robert Sears and Albert Bandura. Okay, these guys were both psychologists who wanted to study human behavior, and they wanted to come up with a way to, I guess, see how people learn, like social settings, maybe like social, not, well, I mean, obviously behavior, but it just they kind of led the door open to see, for a guideline for people, on how they're going to learn and how they like if, okay, so if you end up, when you watch the video of the Bobo doll video, okay, so like it starts out, just go in there and look. Okay, so I'll help you in just a second, son. Give me 2 minutes, okay? I'm sorry. Okay, so the Bobo doll video is, it's first starts out with an adult who's punching one of those giant dolls, and they're really creepy, by the way, so, I mean, it's kind of weird. And then after it shows how I'm assuming, I can't tell if it was a lady or a man. I'm assuming he said an adult. I mean, it kind of sounded like he said an doll, so I don't know. But anyways, it starts out where this person is hitting this thing, and then all of a sudden it goes to a child who's beating up this doll, and then he grabs a gun. So Bandura's talking to you the whole time, and he's explaining to you that I guess this child seen this adult attacking it, and it's obviously not a, he says it's not a cathartic thing to see. So basically, I think I think his theory at first was maybe that if a child, if you see somebody attacking something, maybe it's supposed to let the anger and stuff go away, but instead the child picks it up and he starts attacking the doll himself, and then he starts talking in bad language and picking up the gun, so he's more susceptible to violence. Like I said, it was really something that it's interesting to read, and I do apologize for the interruptions on this video, but I've recorded it so many times, I'm gonna have to stick with it. So I hope you enjoy the video and these notes, and I'm really horrible at stuff like this. I'm sorry. I just get nervous and I'm not trying to ramble. So if you have any questions, you can email me at deandb@nsuok.edu, and I will be sure to answer anything that you might not understand that I might not know right now to explain to you. Thanks, guys.